You're able to help your family and your friends. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to help yourself first. If you make your first $1 million and then you just buy a Lamborghini or give it right to somebody to pay off their mortgage, you're missing the bigger picture. You could, of course, donate that money, but save a little to continue growing. Because that first 100K, that first $1 million is the absolute hardest part to generate. I don't care if you're 20 years old, I don't care if you're 50 years old. I personally know at least 24 people that have made their first $1 million in crypto since 2017. Some of which even did buy maybe XRP at $2 or other assets near all-time high prices in the beginning of 2018. How did they come up on top? They chose the right assets and had a strategy, some of which even actually waited for 50% crashes to then dollar cost average, trying not to dollar cost average or go all in at a single time at all-time high prices. It takes 20 years for someone making $50,000 per year, a 50K salary, to earn $1 million, or 10 years if you make 100K per year. And I just mentioned a few people that have made well over $1 million in 3 to 4 years, rather than 10 or 20 years. I'm not saying crypto is get rich quick, but it is an emerging asset class, and in my opinion, can help expedite this process exponentially. What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another cryptocurrency update, and it is great to be back. I know I left about a week ago on, the 27th, so we are around $42,000 per Bitcoin. We did then crash a bit more down to 41,000 and then bounced all the way back up to 48K. There's always a nice little push or retracement when I'm gone every single time, but good to see that the Bitcoin price chart is back from the swing high, swing low, sitting back on the 50% retracement. The Ethereum price chart is right back on the 618 Fibonacci retracement, and the XRP price chart is back at the 382 Fibonacci retracements. As we can see, the market, the fear and greed index, is back to 54, back to being neutral. Last week, an all-time fear, and last month, an all-time greed. It only takes one candle for everybody to change their mind, and it only takes one big green candle for everybody to become bullish again. As you know, I'm watching the monthly and weekly time frames. My bias is not flipping. I do not go whichever way the wind blows. I see what I see, and I wait for targets to be met. And before diving into the crypto news, I wanted to leave a little motivation because I'm feeling extremely confident on where I think we are in this market cycle. You could be 1 week away from finding diamonds, and you only lose if you quit looking for opportunities. Imagine if Warren Buffett simply quit after the market didn't immediately go his way after a week or even just a few months during his first year of investing. Few make it, and even fewer have the psychological fortitude, the psychological strength for this market. The funny thing is that anybody can do it. I saw my buddy Crypto Nagato discussing that trading, even investing, has nothing to do with IQ, and that is absolutely true. It has to do with psychology, mind over matter. And those that do actually make it, they really make it. There's no in-between. You don't just kind of make it in crypto. As Gary Vaynerchuk says, you can't be half pregnant. You're either in or you're out. And for many people, the first 10K or even the first $100,000 is the hardest part. Just like the adages go, it takes money to make money. Yes, making 10% returns on 10K may be only $1,000. But when you have $100,000, whether that's a trading bag or your investing portfolio, in any asset class for that matter, and you yield 10%, that's $10,000. Now, of course, it can go on and on and on and get much bigger, but I just wanted to conceptualize that so you guys remember what is possible. A quick recap before some XRP news. We have, shared by Mr. Raoul, Real Vision Finance founder, and as he shares, he's bullish on the logarithmic scale. This is a macro investor, and as he says about the Bitcoin price chart, the Bitcoin long-term logarithmic chart looks pretty luscious. Who knows if the wedge breaks on first attempt? But a consolidation pattern of this magnitude usually leads to a very, very powerful upside move. And please, I implore all of you after Bitcoin halvings to study how the market has performed after that period. He even goes on to say things are happening so fast and with such quantum leaps, that's an understatement, in the NFT world, absolutely, crowdfunding, you name it, this is going to be huge. And please understand, this is much more than silly JPEG pictures being for sale. NFTs are going to change the game. And yes, there are bubbles, there's silly things that are happening, and yes, there's typical art that is being sold for millions of dollars that I would never even buy. But don't be distracted by that silliness. That's a part of every bubble. There's underlying technology under this whole non-fungible token narrative that is going to be utilized forever. He goes on to say that I'm struggling to get to grips with it, let alone all of the projects and breakthroughs. And remember, maybe there's some projects that have amazing technology, but guess what? If they do not have partnerships or the power of network effects, they're going to zero. I totally get it at a relatively superficial conceptual level, but the cultural depths and societal implications are something I'm trying to catch up with, but I know it's bigger than I'm imagining. And for anybody bearish on the market long term, this channel is not for you. Raul has shown that billions of people will come into this market, and it is growing twice as fast as the dot-com bubble and the whole telecom boom. The issue for me is that it all feels like a closed group of those in the know, and that's exactly how crypto Twitter is. It's our own little private universe where we are collaborating. This is why I greatly appreciate every single person, every viewer, anybody that is studying crypto, whether you're a retail investor keeping up on daily news, trying to make a better life for your family, whether you're a crypto influencer, whether you are a developer or running companies in this space. It's all going to have a rippling effect as this market matures, and you are all making more of a difference than you may even realize. Do not underestimate the impact. So Raul actually sees the biggest opportunity in NFTs right now, but keep in mind some infrastructure will take years to be built out entirely. He's focused on these social tokens or community tokens, and guess who else is really focused on NFTs along with these community social types of tokens? Ripple and even Facebook. With NFTs, who even knows where to start? It gets so broad, so you almost have to focus on something, otherwise you're going to spread yourselves too thin like the Peanut Butter Manifesto. He's not as interested in the digital scarcity of metaverse clothing and digital luxury yet, but I do think that's interesting, and yes, it will continue to grow. And Mr. Santiago Velez is an absolute must-follow in this space. Oh, and speaking of NFTs, we have Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, calling all creators, developers, and brands. Ripple, the company, is launching a $250 million creator fund. I know people are bullish on other assets, but do not get it twisted and understand who is here for roughly 10 years. And I'm referring to OpenCoin before the company Ripple was even a thing. Cough, cough, the XRP ledger was created before the company Ripple. And now we have another $250 million creator fund to enable creators to explore new use cases for non-fungible tokens on the XRP ledger. There's an army of engineers building on the XRPL for institutional use cases, guys. Along with DeFi, retail, anything in between. We have not scratched the surface, and just imagine what new use cases are going to be created. Do you think the person that created the iPhone understood the implications of businesses that would be built around the applications on it? We're just continuously, exponentially growing on top of one another every single time. This is Metcalfe's law, the law of connectivity, aka network effects. And remember, even years ago, we had Forte that got a $100 million grant, or maybe it was the fund, to actually build integrations with blockchain and gaming on the XRP ledger. What do you think's been happening behind the scenes? I can tell you one thing, they're not twiddling their thumbs, they are building. We also have SBI, a major shareholder in R3 and Ripple. Oh, and Signum also has XRP based out of Switzerland, and Switzerland has declared XRP to not be a security. And we also have this group, Azimut, I'll have to check how to pronounce this. They established a $75 million venture capital fund for crypto startup investments. Guys, we just talked, last week or a few days ago, a $600 million fund. You're seeing $75 million here. I'm seeing multiple, dozens of millions of dollars being invested in DLT, DeFi, everything in between. Yes, there are bubbles. Yes, there is market manipulation. Yes, some crypto will die and not survive. But the ones that do will absolutely crush this market. No crypto's perfect, and even Solana was down roughly an entire day, but it was one of the best returning assets in the past year alone. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting a return on your investment. For me, I'm focused on alpha. Also, I know somebody that was personally affected by this hack on Coinbase, so please be safe, guys. Just wanted to share this. Coinbase multi-factor authentication hack affects at least 6,000 customers. At least, maybe this number is in fact on the low end, because of course they want to still look like a nice public forward-facing company. A flaw allowed hackers to get customers' SMS, two-factor authentication code, and break into their accounts. Remember, security is not perfect. It is like an onion. You always have to add another layer. There's a variety of ways to secure your account. Please call your cell phone providers, whether you have Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and try to set up some security codes to prevent SIM swaps. Try to set up pins, try to set up passwords, try to get notified when anything changes within your account. I hope this helps any of you guys. I've done some videos discussing cybersecurity and crypto in the past, and I'm still learning right there with you. Even Anders L, right here, where would you place XRP in this picture? Now, this is the Monetary Authority of Singapore. This is not just speculation. They have clarity for XRP. And yes, Singapore is big. It's a forward-thinking country that has come a long way and is already a blockchain capital or blockchain hub. And as you can see this picture, we have the real-time gross settlement platforms with Central Bank A, and we have Central Bank B, both RTGS platforms using traditional means. payment and settlements. Remember, XRP is about settlements. It is not just the messaging of Xcurrent or even Swift that sends over $5 trillion per day. Oh, in CLS, continuous link settlement, sends well over trillions of dollars per day as well. It already has a huge portion of the Swift settlement network. This is FX settlement. So we have Swift that settles over $5 trillion a day, and even the foreign exchange market is another $5 to even $6 trillion on a daily basis. I'm not saying we need all of that money. Even 1% or even 10% would radically impact the price of XRP, XLM, any other digital asset used in settlements, even XDC for trade finance. Don't even get me started on that money. And we're all going to be crazy until one day we are not. We even have Mac Attack right here sharing this. Avoid pre-funding with instant settlements. You can even see US dollar, euro, Japanese yen. What happens? Voila, to the Philippine peso, the Thai baht, or the Mexican peso within 3 seconds, saving 40 to 60%. Just a quick recap, I know you guys already know this in the space that have been following this channel for a couple years, but the cross-border market currently has a monopoly. The big tyrants don't want to use XRP, at least that's my speculation, such as JP Morgan, even HSBC, which is already a Ripple partner, because they actually make money in the world of transaction banking, TXN banking, transaction banking, because the infrastructure is so damn slow to send money, and it takes 2, 3, even 5 days, they actually earn money. Because the transaction banking model, this whole correspondent relationship in this network, is so inefficient that they profit off it. And they make the little guys pay them fees so that they can go through their network and hop through their network. The XRP ledger with RippleNet is bi-directional. It can go both ways. And don't even forget about multi-hop. That is already live in parts of Southeast Asia. The future of finance, just like Santiago Velez has said, it's not just going to be XRP, guys. I'm not a maximalist. I own a variety of digital assets. But it's going to be software-based, not hardware. It's going to be automated. They're going to be finding the most efficient path for payments. Just like we find data that can interoperate through all kinds of protocols on the internet, it finds the most efficient path with conditional statements that are typically Turing complete. And yes, we're focused on value, but please, I just want to emphasize XRP and a variety of assets are much bigger than just the transactions of value. This is data. And don't even get me started on assets like DAG or HBAR that are positioned to do that very thing. Also, we have another $1 billion science fund seeking blockchain projects to expand human lifespan. Man, this is getting crazy. I'm not even surprised at this point, but just wanted to highlight that. Mentioning a bunch of funds, so here's $1 billion, which is 1,000 million. Even Panos, guys, this is a must-follow XRP community member, very smart guy. Crypto is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create massive financial wealth and achieve financial freedom. And no, it may not be as simple as just simply buying something for $100 and then it mooning. Let's be realistic. It's about coming up with strategies, educating yourself on this financial transfer, and how to position yourselves to get further ahead than where you were. Learning basic strategies of investing. Always keeping a little cash on the sidelines so that you can then dollar cost average when prices are in your buy zone. Trying to optimize your buys to make your money work better for you. I've made so many mistakes. I continue to make mistakes. And I'm callousing my mind, my body, so that I'm just that much smarter. If you're 20, if you're 30 right now, you are going to be one of the most savage investors when you are 40, 50, 60. And the point is, you won't have to be an investor at those ages. But with 3 to 5 years of work and diligence on a daily basis, rather than 40 years at a 9 to 5, that was my path. So Web3, guys. Web 3.0 opens up endless opportunities for new business models and are ways to make, control, even leverage money and earn passive income. And so this gentleman even provides top 10 crypto tips that can help you guys. I retweeted this if you want to check it out. And if you're brand new to this market, please do your own research, guys. I have my opinions, and they're solely opinions for myself. It is not financial advice. I just hope that some of my tips, my motivation, even my perspective can help push you in a positive direction that can help you change your situation. And then after you change your situation, you're able to help your family and your friends. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to help yourself first. If you make your first $1 million and then you just buy a Lamborghini or give it right to somebody to pay off their mortgage, you're missing the bigger picture. You could, of course, donate that money, but save a little to continue growing. Because that first 100K, that first $1 million is the absolute hardest part to generate. And also, Ripple locks 600 million XRP in escrow while helping move 105 million XRP. So they just put that 600 million XRP right back in escrow, so that is locked up. They cannot just unload and dump that on the market, FYI. It creates another month how the code is actually created, because all these Bitcoin maxis still don't understand how this works, and this article was out since 2017, and even David Schwartz has explained it perfectly. It helped transfer another 105 million XRP, sending half to its ODL platforms for on-demand liquidity usage for XRP as a bridge asset. Something is happening. We even have the whale alerts if you guys want to check this out. Over $600 million on the move, because as today, XRP is roughly at $1. Digital asset investor also sharing a clip of BitBoy right here, even discussing that XRP's price most likely goes to at least $12 during this bullish cycle. Now, of course, we're not taking into account anything else with utility, but solely looking at how other assets have performed. $10 to $15, at the very least all-time high. It's up to you guys, of course. I'll give my opinions in future videos. Just wanted to share what BitBoy was saying. And last but not least, Uphold the Exchange has listed Casper Network. However, it is just a tier 4 token, so the downside is that you cannot send it yet to other exchanges. But I'm talking to Uphold, and they said they'll be building the infrastructure out so that we can withdraw our Casper, even stake it using Casper Live. But just wanted to share a project that I'm very excited about. And for anybody that does not know, even Terra Luna, you know, this asset that's like at 40 bucks, I bought this sucker at 20 cents and 25 cents. I sold the bulk of it too damn early and missed well over $8 million in profit. And I've been whining about this for over a year. My point being is that I've missed a lot of opportunities because I sold and liquidated too much too early. And I was even talking to the Bearable Bull a while back. If there's a project that looks extremely promising, we've already taken our initial profit out, I'm going to try to hold 25% of that bag for the rest of my life. And that's what I do with a lot of assets. If they completely go up 2x or 5x and you don't take profit, that's on you. I don't care if I take profit and the asset keeps going up. I gotta win. And that is so important, and very few can say that in the cryptocurrency market. Do not listen to emotion. Some people will literally sell the bottom when there's panic, and then the market completely pumps and then they buy back at a higher price. If you do that a few times, you're gonna be in trouble in a couple years because you're listening to emotion. Maybe I'm just insane, but I'm sure you guys can relate if you watch this channel and study crypto like me. But I've been in drawdown for my entire trading portfolio, down 30%, sometimes for even 2 months, right before the next 10x comes. So we're going to be covering that in the next video. All links are in the video description, guys. I hope you enjoyed some of this. Be sure to hit the like button, and until next time.